Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of City Sim Builds. And in the last episode, we had finished this mountain town. And that was a really challenging task for me, especially getting these switchbacks up here, all the way up the side of this mountain. That was that was something. The other thing we did is we expanded our roadway network a little further to the east, or at least I'm going to call it to the east here, and we added some additional housing back here for the residents of Rivertown. And if you have a different name for Rivertown that you would like to use, please drop that down in the comments down below. And also don't forget to subscribe and like the video. That will really help me out. And the other thing was we expanded our ore industry, and that was really great because I'd really had been hoping to expand this and level it up. So for today's episode, we're going to be going through and taking care of some anarchy that I see that we have going on. So I'm going to do that first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and fix this interchange. I don't really like the way this is looking. I want this to look better and function better. The other thing I want to do is finish upgrading the roads in town. And lastly, what I think we're going to do is redo some of this stuff here in this park and also finish off this park over here. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and upgrade the roads here. I turned off the prop and tree anarchy, and I think that's what was causing issues here. So I'm going to go through and quickly update the roads. All right, I think that has the Two Rivers Lumber Company situated with upgraded roads. And we already did that for the Mountain Mining Company, but I'm going to go through and just fix this where I notice it. And hopefully that won't be a problem moving forward. And now that I'm seeing this, I think we have just issues with prop and tree anarchy everywhere. So I'm going to go through and just update all the roads in town real quick. All right, I think that has us covered for the roads that we wanted to upgrade. So I want to go over here and take a look at this interchange that we have and completely, I think, redo the ramps. I don't know if I necessarily want to redo the approaches. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll raise up the grade here so that it kind of just looks a little bit better. And typically when you have an interchange like this, you typically don't build structure for your approaches up to the actual main part of the structure, the bridge itself. You would do a fill section, kind of similar to what's going on here. So that's what I want to replicate. And I'm going to go through and remove what we have right now. And this is okay for the time being because we still have this connection way over here. And so what we're going to see is a lot of our truck traffic coming over this way. And in the meantime, I think this will allow us a good opportunity to, these trucks over here are going to start U-turning. Yep. But this will allow us a good opportunity to terraform this area, pre-grade, and then create a better diamond interchange. All right, so I'm going to come in here first and try and line up roughly where we're at and raise up the terrain here. I'm going to increase the brush strength a little bit. Maybe I'll increase the brush size as well. And that looks pretty decent. Let's go down and take a look at the heights here. And that is not at all what I was trying to do. I was on the wrong tool. Okay, and that is way too much. So I'm going to come in here and flatten this out to a height that I think is reasonable. And I think somewhere around the midpoint between these two main contour lines would be good. I think somewhere in here that would provide ample clearance for especially the larger trucks and vans going through. So let's go ahead and select this. We'll decrease our brush size a little bit. And then we'll flatten this out, just like that. Perfect. So let's go through and make sure we're lined up with our road, and you can see we are. And I still have some tree anarchy stuff going on there. I need to go back and fix that, but let's level this out. And then we're gonna come over here on the other side, and we're gonna do the same thing. Just plop this up like that. Just raising that tree, that redwood, I don't know, some sort of conifer. So let's go through here, and that looks pretty good. And we'll select our road, And I want to go and just create the bridge structure. So, but before I do that, let's go ahead and pre-grade. I'm going to back this off a little bit, and it's bothering me. Before I do this, I'm going to go and just fix this this tree anarchy situation. All right, so let's go back and take a look at this. We'll back this up a little bit, and we're going to use our slope terrain tool here, and we'll grab this height and we'll bring it back. Oh, I'm doing this completely backwards. Bringing this up forwards like that. Create a nice gentle slope. Perfect. And then we'll do the same thing here. And there shouldn't be too much grading here. Okay, I think that looks good. So let's go in and grab our road, and we're going to extend this up this way. Perfect. And we're going to go here and force a bridge, and we'll come back and fix the heights in a minute. Okay. So as you can see, this is not what we want, but we can fix it with the mods we have. And that's the other thing is, I have had such a time with the mods with the latest update, but I think I have most of them in place now. So we can go back here and move it and raise this up. Just kind of pop that up like that. And I think that is looking a lot better. Yeah. We'll take a look here. We'll go into our cinematic view and see if we can get a better look here. Yeah, and we're going to look at the sky, and it looks like there's plenty of ample clearance there for these trucks. Yeah, that's perfect. And that's what we want to see. There's some room there for any sort of overcapacity vehicles, but the majority of the larger trucks, they're going through just fine. All right, so now we're going to work on the ramps, and then after that we'll terraform and kind of clean things up and adjust some of our slopes. But you can see here with the contours that it just makes much more sense. So let's go through and add in our new ramp connections. I think that messed up some of the traffic flow, but we're going to go back and fix that. And we'll come back out here a little bit. Let's zoom out, and we'll go somewhere about there. And I have network anarchy on right now, just so that it'll allow us to, I'm going to move this back a little bit further. But yeah, just so it'll allow us to place some of these ramps more where I want them to be. And we can fix that by adjusting some of the nodes and everything. Okay, that looks way more realistic to me. So that looks pretty good. Obviously need to go in and adjust some of the heights here. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. So I'm trying to square up these nodes here a little bit. Bring this back. And I'll go through and adjust the rest of these here. And I just realized that my network multi-tool is not opening. I'm gonna close out real quick and come back and take a look and see if I can get that mod back in. All right, I just came back in from being out of the game, and I have just been having still issues with my mods. I finally got the network multi-tool to work. This is like, I think the 1.4 version, the beta. Woo, oh my goodness, this is like taking forever to load back into. But let's see if we can adjust some of these heights here. All right, I think what I'm gonna have to do is just go through and delete some of these extra nodes, because I think they're causing some issues. Well, we got one spot here, so we'll see what we can do there. That is not the best. I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more and see if I can get it to look a little better. So we're just gonna use Move It here to adjust some of these kind of funky spots. I might move this back a little further. Something like that. And we have an extra node in here. I'm gonna remove that. And then I think we might have even one more. Okay, that's looking much better. Much better. These ramps are not the best, and I need to fix this area right here. So I'm gonna try and join that node back up with a union. Seems to be working. And what is going on here? Let's just get rid of that. Okay. I am still having issues with anarchy. Take prop anarchy off. Okay. All right, so that's looking much better to me. We still have this like little like issue here. I'm gonna try and adjust the slope here. Much better. This is a little bit more realistic. Again, these grades are not the best, but I think I'm gonna let this be good enough for right now. One last thing I'm gonna do is just go in and drop this particular node down a little bit, not that much. Or maybe what I'll do is raise this one up. Well, it's still kind of funky there. Wonder if I remove the node, if that would be good. Yeah, much better. Much better. Okay. So I think we have some TMPE issues. I'm gonna go through and make sure all these junctions are performing the way they're supposed to in terms of their laneage. Like that. I think we have one more to do. Okay, and we have pass through there. That's good. Make sure we have it on this side. Okay, that's good. Take a look at the signage. So we can do yield control at these approaches. All right, so I think that's going to do it for the interchange right now. I might come back later on and adjust this a little bit more, but I think this is overall looking way better and more realistic. And just real quick before we go, I'm going to smooth out some of the terrain here just to make it just blend in a bit better. All right, that's not looking too terrible. Okay, so let's move on to our parks. So I wanted to come back and revisit this park some more and look at some of the amenities we have, and I wanted to change some of those. So let's go into our parks and see what we can do. And I might adjust some of the pedestrian paths as well. But so right now we have a basketball court, a carousel, 2 tennis courts, and that's really it. I think I might see if I can play around with some of the still having issues with these remnants of prop anarchy. I'm going to get rid of these rocks. Although, are these are kind of cool features maybe, but I don't know if you really want those in the middle of a path. That's not good for ADA compliance and people just generally, running into them and whatnot. So I'm going to see if I can place a few more assets here and see how that looks. So I'm thinking a botanical garden would look great. And yeah, I like that. Okay. And let's see. Come through. Let's take a look at what else we have. I don't think a tropical garden would do well here, given that it's more of a temperate climate. I'll do this bouncy castle. I think that'll be good. And see if we can fit in a dog park somewhere. I think we can do one there and maybe one here. Okay, perfect. So let's turn contours off a little bit. I wanted to soften up the terrain a little bit as well. So we'll go in here and grab that and just click a few times, see if we can terraform some of this so that it just kind of feels better. Yeah, just kind of smooth out some of these areas, especially here in the main part of the park, the main drag. And it looks like we're getting a lot of great usage here. And the terraforming here is pretty intense. I think I'm gonna open the budget panel apparently, but no. I'm going to flatten this area out a little bit. So let's decrease our brush size. I'm gonna grab this and really cut into the hillside a little bit here. And that might be a little too drastic, but I think that'll be okay. And this one, I'm going to create a nice flat pad up here for this one, if I can. I'm going to take contours off so I can get a better look at this. You know, and maybe we have a dog park that is just a little bit more rough around the edges in terms of, you know, how it flows in the terrain. I think that's fine. I mean, I've definitely been to dog parks in the past where there are like pretty steep hills and everything, and I think that's fine. So we'll lower that down a little bit. Just smooth out some of this garden. It doesn't have to be perfect because, again, this is, we'll go through here, raise that up a little bit. But again, yeah, it's just a botanical garden, and you could build this in real life, like with a wall that curves a little bit, and I think that's realistic. Same thing with our tennis courts. These thankfully are looking pretty good. I may add in another one here or two. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to see if I can pick this asset and then place it. And then I'm going to move this one over a little bit. Gotta have 3. I mean, as a tennis player myself, it's, you know, it's kind of like the bare minimum. I mean, ideally you would like 6 or 8 when you play tennis, but you know, 3 is not bad. 3 gives you options. You know, there depending on how busy a particular tennis court might be. But anyway, that's my tennis rant, or not rant, but discussion there for a second. And I'm thinking about continuing a path over here. I think that might be a good idea for the city as well. And actually, I was going to look at a different path, but I do like this kind of, not cobblestone, but this slate or stone. It's probably just like a more paved stone material, but I do like this here, and I think I'm just going to use it. So we're going to thread this through and figure out how we can get over here and provide a good connection. So I'm going to turn off my snap twos and just get a good straight connection through here. And I'm going to actually back this off a little bit. Come here, place that, and then we'll use our freeform row tool to see if we can thread this through. Something not like that. All right, let's give that another try. Okay, that's looking good. I like that. Okay. All right, I think that's gonna about do it for this park. What is happening? I think there's a node issue. Or either that we're just, you know, merging into another dimension or something. I don't know, but this is not taking. I don't know why. These nodes have common segments. Okay, let's see if we can back this off. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, there's an extra node in here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's remove that. No. Okay, let's just try this again. We'll try and union these 2 nodes. Okay, perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, all right, so I think that's gonna about do it for the park. Looking at the terrain, I might smooth this out a little bit more, and then we'll move over to the other park. All right, I think that's about as good as I can get it for this one. So let's go back over here and take a look at our smaller park. And this is one I'm gonna focus more on, I think, just having some nice paths through here and some trees and a couple amenities, nothing major. So let's go through and place our paths. I think for this one, I'm gonna use the small sandstone pedestrian path with grass and trees. I think that'll look nice through here. So for the first one path, I'm just going to take it straight across and connect it as a remnant of what was here in the previous roadway network. And then for this one, I might extend like an X shape through here somehow. So I'm going to take a stab at that and see how that goes. And then from here, I think we'll just come down like that. And maybe I'll continue this over here. And then this, I'll continue down over this way. And I think I might curve this one. So we'll come off and then meet up with that one and a nice connection. So I think that's looking good. I'm still having some node issues here. So let's take a look and see. Yeah, it looks like there are multiple nodes, and let's see if we can play around with this a little bit and get them squared away. And look at that. I think it looks pretty good. Looks kind of like a spider or something like that. And I'm kind of digging that. Let's go through and place some trees here. We'll come back there and place another tree here in a second. Just the spacing wasn't working out how I wanted it to be. Same thing here. I could have gone in and adjusted the settings with the spacing, but I don't. It's not that big of a big deal with the. I don't know. It's not a huge issue. So where was I? Okay, so we'll just plop in one little tree there, and one little tree right there, and I'm thinking I might put something here in the middle. Let's take a look at some of our different park assets and see what we can put there. Thinking a nice well might be a good spot. And for this, I'm gonna turn on prop anarchy and place that here in the middle like that. Yeah, I think that's looking sharp. Okay, so let's see if I can line this up a little bit better. So let's move that more to the center. And I think that's looking good. Okay, and then let's see what else we can place in this park to make it feel like to make it have like a nice sense of place. So we can put some benches in. So we'll put one there. We'll put one right there. Another one there. I think it'd be good to have them in just these places here. As like a, if you're walking into the park and you're meeting somebody and you're coming from different directions, you can converge on the same spot. And yeah, I think that'd just be a nice thing to have. And I'm gonna get rid of this one. Boom, gone. Let's see what else we have. We definitely need some sort of trash. We'll put these here where all these different paths meet, and I think that'll work. And I'm missing a bench here. Turn that around. Perfect. I think that's gonna be about it for the park. I kind of just want to leave a nice green area where people can come and have picnics or throw a frisbee, or I don't know, just get some sunshine. Especially as in real time as we get into the winter months, that's such a huge thing, and these shadows get long. I think it's an important thing to go outside and get some sunshine and get some vitamin D. All right, I think that's going to take care of it for this episode. But before we go, I want to take a look at the budget panel and see what's going on with our balance here. So, what is a big driver of our expenses right now? So healthcare is up there. Industry, that's to be expected. Let's pop into our industries, make sure nothing is awry with the industries. Okay, this is definitely losing money. Cool. And I have a feeling this one probably is too. Okay, so these are both losing money. So what is the issue? Not enough raw materials. And here we probably have way too much raw materials and not enough production. So I think what I'll do next time is take a look at these two industries, see if I can do something to boost the production or like the profitability of that. And the other thing I want to do is start a brand new industry area. And where I want to do that is a oil industry, and that is going to be over here. We're going to create another new interchange, and I'm very excited about getting that going. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment down below and hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. That would really, really help me out. And we'll catch you back at the next one.